Hello, hi, I'm Jeffrey with Basecamp Custom Vans. Hey, thanks for checking this out. I'm doing a walkthrough video of this Ford Transit camper van that's for sale. We'll jump inside and talk about the build, but the van itself is a 2024 Ford Transit all-wheel drive. It's the high roof model with the EcoBoost V6 engine. It's got about 14,000 miles on it. Looking in the rear doors here, these cabinets are, there's a cabinet over each wheel well, but the bed isn't fixed. We've got a queen size bed, and there's panels. If you wanted the four panels that are spanning these two cabinets create the deck for it. But you can take this custom mattress out, and if you needed it for a walkthrough, full walkthrough, it's not fixed. It's easily modular, makes the van real versatile. So on each cabinet, one side we have the battery bank. It's a 300 amp hour Renogy self-heating lithium battery system with 300 watts of solar on the roof charging it, as well as this DC charger, which those lights that you see are the DC charger that charges it while the van's running. That's a 2000 watt inverter. On the other wheel well, 20 gallon water tank, Propex heater. The Propex is propane tanks. There's two of them in here that are locked away in this sealed vented locker. So there's two vents in the floor for if there happen to be, it's the safe way to do this with propane on board. We have it's sealed away in a vented locker. Like I said, on the roof there's 300 watts of solar. There's also two ceiling roof fans. Those Maxxair fans are pretty great. They can create like a wind tunnel. You have one blowing in and the other exhausting out up front. Or it'll, while you're cooking, you can have the exhaust on. There's also this gyroscopic fan that you can point down at while you're sleeping or down into the cabin. Gonna jump inside. We've got, before I forget, there's a roof rack up there with room for more storage. There's that side ladder is easy up and down to clean the solar panels, but there's also on the sides of the solar panels, there's big clear space on each side where you could strap more gear or make a deck up there to sit down. Got venting windows on both sides, so these top slider windows are on the sliding door. Also there's one on the driver's side over there. We'll jump inside here, get the seats turned around. Makes lots of seating. It could fit 5 people, have a whole party, put a few more people up there on the bed, and have a bunch of visitors or whatever. I love having the bench over here. This lagoon table moves is either for the sit here and share a meal, or you could sit on the bench and have the laptop out. Lots of storage in here. That's where I was keeping shoes, and we've got a cassette toilet on the other side. There's room to bring all the things. Big open cabinets in the rear for stuffing oversized things. We've got a clothes hanger rod. We can hang clothes right there. And if there's 2 people sleeping and you need to, just take the clothes off and hang them up right here. Like I said, big cabinets for big things. That's for bags of chips and boxes of cereal. These open cabinets, I would keep maybe some canned goods or glasses like this. There's a big lip to keep anything from coming out this level, so nothing's ever come flying out of there. Been doing this for years now. Been traveling in these vans for a long time. So my van life thing started about 15 years ago. I've been building vans professionally for the last 8 years, and this one's been a personal driver of mine. I have to have one too, right? So people bring me their vans, and we'll customize them however they want. But this one was fun because I got to do it how I want to do it, and this is the layout I prefer. The space is spacious and comfortable, and the in the evenings or when the weather's not so great, you gotta have the doors shut, and the space has to feel comfortable and not claustrophobic, right? You'll be in here a lot with just with these doors closed up, the space, if there's too much cabinetry or too much built into the van, it can really close the space in. We only have, you know, so much room, and you'll see that like in a Winnebago Revel where they've put like a big shower in the, you know, on this side, which dominates the space, and then there's literally nowhere to put anything in that van. And vans, in those production vans like the Revel, I don't know if the folks who design those travel in them, but like I said, I've traveled about 400,000 miles in camper vans, hundreds and hundreds of nights in these things, and so everything I do is based on how I felt on the road, how I thought, and I think it through. How could this be better? How could we can we use the space efficiently? So this is the regular standard size 19-foot version of this Ford Transit. There's which is the same length as maybe the Sprinter 144, and there's an extended length version, which in here it's called the extended from Ford, or from the Sprinter it's the 170. You get 4 more feet in one of those vans. So basically from the edge of this cabinet to where the edge of the bed would be is another 4 feet in. And that's the kind of the vehicle where you can be adding a full-size shower. You know, you have more room and space, but we have to pick and choose what comforts we can bring. You can't pack, you know, turn it into a condo. It's not going to accommodate every last thing. So we try to be, you know, innovative about stuff. Like, for instance, for showering, in the past, we've done a common thing to do is, which I've done many times, is off the rear doors have a shower sprayer, which has to be set up. You know, the hose has to be taken out, set up on the thing, and it's not always ready to go, right? And so just thinking it through, how can we reduce this and keep it simple? You know, I decided to put the sink by the door, and we can just put the sprayer hose on, pull this down, you can shower right there, hose off the filthy dog or whatever, like, you know, clean the mountain bike off, and you don't have to do anything. It's ready to go. So I don't know if other builders are doing something like that. It's just something I came up with to solve, you know, to keep it simple, right? And everything in here, I try to just keep it as efficient as possible. We've got, let's point some things out. Put these little hooks up here where you can hang things when things got wet out there. And you know, there's just little touches here and there that you know, we try to do the decor nice. I do all this woodworking, so this was done on a laser engraver, as well as this cutout. So I'll show you on the sliding door that same exact cutout. So the laser engraver can either engrave on the surface like it did for this door panel, or that same image can be cut out, and that's like a 3mm Baltic birch. And so, you know, try to have fun with the decor. That's all can be mixed and matched. The decor these pieces can be added or taken off. You know, there's spaces to put more of them, right? You can really get crazy, really get elaborate and start putting, you know, accent pieces on all those white Formicas. You know, maybe do the same one, or there's a lot of different ways to do this. I also did the, you know, this little step stool. You know, I'm really into the woodworking. It's another side passion project of mine. So the van itself is equipped, like I said, with a 300 amp hour lithium battery, and here's where you can monitor that. And you have, you know, you can see your battery maintenance right there. This is an on-off for the inverter. So that inverter will power these outlets. There's 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and so we cook with induction, with electric. This is way overpowered for what we need in here. This is the controller for the Propex heater, on off for the water pump. You know, we try to do everything 12 volt, like the water pump, the heater's controller. The refrigerator is a 12 volt fridge, and anything that you need for plugging in, that's what these 110 outlets are for. So the inverter, you know, can be turned on and off as needed. And the materials themselves, this thing is built to last. Like I said, the first van that I had, you know, I've had a whole bunch of them. The first one I had for 3 years. I put 100,000 miles on it, And so at first I was just traveling in these, right? And you know, the decisions we made in there, you got to see it over the long term, like how these materials stand up. And you know, one of the things we found, floors, for instance, the first floor we did was this vinyl plank flooring where it like interlocks together. And 2 years later, with the cold, hot, cold expansion and contraction of the weather changing, there was a split right down the middle of those vinyl plank floors. Oh man. So we've tried a lot of different things, the flooring one of them. So this durable commercial coin flooring is just, it's durable and cleans up easy. That's the criteria for everything in here. The cabinets we fabricate. You can't use, stuff from the kitchen at Lowe's. That stuff is way too heavy. Plus, it's not durable. It doesn't withstand, what's going on the long term. So we build these. This is Baltic birch. This is a Baltic birch with a Formica on it, Formica laminate, so it wipes off easy. Butcher block countertops. Got aluminum trimming all the edges, like I'll show you here. We do aluminum where things might get bumped. I want this to be durable, lasting for decades. That's the plan, and it'll look just like this in 100,000 miles 10 years later, right? And wherever it was needed, we do this rubber edge banding to finish off the edges. But this is all this Baltic birch, right? And then this is maple. So we've stained and treated the maple, slat ceiling. All of this is custom. We build all of this out from it's a naked van when we start. We start with putting the windows in, solar panels, roof rack, roof fans, and then we get inside and it's fully insulated in the walls, floors, and ceiling. And start doing the wiring, and then and on and on. So we, like I said, we build these for customers. We build, this is easily my favorite one that I've had for myself. It's so I want you to look at this view. Like, what's the view going to look like when you have it? Where are you taking it? That's the idea, right? Is like we're going off on adventures, and where are you taking it? Where are you going to take it after you drive off with it? And so, I'm really grateful you take the time to watch this video. The van's available, and if you want to get into every last detail of what's going on with whether it's the electrical or the heating system, how the van functions, or how we built it, let's jump on a video call. We can take as much time as needed to answer all the questions. Can't cover everything in 10 minutes, but happy to talk to you at length on video or however you want to get a hold. And I'll look forward to hearing from you. Hey, thanks so much for watching this. All right, have fun.